I've got the secret to living a fulfilled life, and we're going to be talking about it on today's show. You're listening to episode 21 of
The Gold Mine Podcast.
As women, we have to invest that time in getting to understand who we are.
Be ambitious, be bold, create the life of your dreams. This is the Gold Mine Podcast with your host, Adrian Dion.
Hey, you guys, welcome back to the Gold Mine Podcast. I am so grateful for you guys joining me each week. Today, we're going to be talking about fulfillment. A lot of people feel that they have a hard time finding fulfillment. I think there was a study done in 2017 here in the U.S., and only a third of the population reported to be happy. And that's crazy. We've been given a great opportunity to experience life. And so today I'm going to be sharing the secret of living a fulfilled life. So first, I want you to think about the best movie you've ever seen. Although you probably had an idea of what it was going to be about, you weren't really sure, but you watched it. It was the fact that you didn't know exactly what was going to happen that excited you the most. It's the same way when it comes to the lives we live. One of the great things about life is that it is a mystery, and you aren't sure what's going to happen, where it's going to take you, and what all you will encounter. But let's be honest, most of us cringe at the thought of the unknown. We are so resistant when it comes to the unknown in our personal lives that we don't like to take risks. We don't like change. We don't like trying new things. And we often settle for the safe because we aren't sure of the outcome. And our limited mindsets cause us to only focus on the worst thing that can happen instead of what it would actually be like if we could achieve the thing that we really wanted. And so we go forward building and striving for only the things that we think we could have instead of building towards and working towards the vision that God gave us and the desires that He put in our heart, because most of the time we think, nah, I probably can't have that. If you talk to the average person, they will tell you that they had faith. We love to say that we have faith, but walking by faith is not about being comfortable. It's about being obedient. The problem with that is that many of you are not being honest with yourself about what you want in life, about the type of career that you want, about the type of relationship you want to have, the type of business that you want to create, or the type of future that you want to have. And because of that, your life will never, ever be fulfilled. Let me put it like this. Have you ever had a craving or a taste for a certain type of food? I remember when I first moved to Connecticut and I was wanting some like Oreo cookies and cream Bluebell ice cream. So I went to the store and I couldn't believe they didn't even know, had never heard of the Bluebell brand. I was like, what? You know, I've only lived in the South, so I thought everybody knew about Bluebell ice cream. And so they didn't have it, so I bought Breyers, the brand Breyers instead. Went home, had the Oreo ice cream, the cookies and cream ice cream, but it just wasn't the same. Yes, it was still cookies and cream ice cream, but it wasn't Bluebell's, cookies and cream ice cream, and it just didn't fill that void. That's the same way our lives are when we work towards and achieve the 2.0 versions of the goals, dreams, and the desires that we have. It will never be good enough. And for that simple reason, that is why so many times when we accomplish a lot of things, other people around us can look at us and say, oh, wow, that's great. You should be so grateful. Yet you still feel that void because you know that is good. That's something great. But you know that you had more, you could see more. Your vision was a little bit bigger than what you actually achieved. And a lot of times it's because we don't go for that big thing. We don't go for, the house on a hill. We settle for, we'll just take the house that our mom and dad left us because I should be grateful. When that really isn't what your heart's desire is. I say this all the time. God places the desires inside of you so that you can go to Him and ask that they be manifested. And when you do, He'll be glorified. But when you take things into your own hands and you produce the things that you can do, then God gets no glory from that. And that is why the void will always be there. You guys, we are really living beneath our privileges. This experience in life, we've been given this great experience in life. It's supposed to be a great one. Yes, there will be a journey of us evolving, but that doesn't mean that we're supposed to be struggling the entire time. It doesn't mean that we're supposed to be the borrowers all the time. We're here to evolve and to create and to draw other people to God's greatness. And so if we're to do that, how are we doing that when we aren't even fulfilled? We can't do that. There's no possible way that I'm going to tell you how great McDonald's is, or it's not at all good, but you get my point. I can't tell you about how great or sell you on living in California if I've never been there. So if we are to live these great fulfilled lives, we have to first start being honest about what we want. Not building off of what we can do for ourselves, but going for those big goals, going for those big dreams. Having faith that we will be able to achieve them with God's help. I want to read you a quick little story I read the other day that was pretty interesting. There once was a man whose lifelong dream was to board a cruise ship and sail the Mediterranean Sea. He dreamed of walking the streets of Rome, Athens, and he saved every single penny he could until he had enough for his passage. Since money was tight, he brought an extra suitcase filled with cans of beans, boxes of crackers, and bags of powdered lemonade. That is what he lived on every single day. He would have loved to take part in the many activities offered on the ship, working out in the gym, playing miniature golf, and swimming in the pool. He envied those who went to the movies, shows, and cultural presentations, and oh, how he yearned to just have a taste of the amazing food he saw on the ship. Every meal appeared to be a feast. But the man wanted to spend so very little money that he didn't participate in any of these. He was able to see the cities he had longed to visit, but for the most part of the journey, he stayed in his cabin and ate only his humble food. On the last day of the cruise, a crew member asked him which of the farewell parties he would be attending. It was then that the man learned that not only the farewell party, but almost everything on board the cruise ship, the food, the entertainment, and all the activities had been included in the price of his ticket. Too late, the man realized that he had been living far beneath his privileges. After reading this, I felt so bad for this man, and I'm pretty sure that's the exact same way God feels about us when He looks at us and He sees us scrambling and running around with these 2.0 versions of the visions and the dreams that He placed inside of us. God didn't call us to be a royal priesthood, to live a life of struggle. God called us to live a life of faith and obedience. He wants us to trust Him, not being self-reliant, but to be reliant on Him. And His only requirement is that we believe. That's why He gives us the desires and the dreams that are so much bigger than what we're capable of doing. But what we do is we take it and diminish it into something that we can do for ourselves, and then complain when the result that we get from it never turns out to be what we really, really want. I don't believe that the faith that God gave us was designed for God to just get us out of trouble and rescue us from the mess that we make. Yet when most of us talk about faith, that's what we're talking about. You know, Lord, I'm praying that you send me the money to pay this bill. Or I'm praying God will help me get out of this bad relationship. Or help me to get the money to buy such and such. That's cool, but God is so much bigger than that. If you really want to start living a fulfilled life and stop living beneath your privileges, then you have to live an honest life, being truthful with where you are and the things that you really want to accomplish. You have to stop trying to be in control and being self-reliant, because when you do, you prevent God from stepping in and being able to do His thing. You may not know how it's going to happen. You may not know where you're going to get the money from to create this business or to help hundreds of people like you want to. But once you step out there in faith, because that's what faith is about, stepping out, knowing and believing that God is going to help you, you will be able to achieve all of those things that you want to do. Take a second and sit and think about what it would be like, what that life would be like if you could achieve all the dreams and the goals, the big things that you had in your head. For all of my entrepreneurs out there creating businesses, think about all the people you would be able to help and how many lives you would be able to change. For all of the people who've only experienced bad relationships and have seen that generational curse in your family, think about what your children would be able to experience and the lives that they would be able to have if you had a great loving relationship where both of you were able to put God first and to be able to show others, that type of relationship that God really wants for us to have. For all of those people out there who love to travel, imagine if you just stopped going from state to state, but you started to go out of the country and you were able to see Australia and you were able to see Asia and Europe. How many more people would be inspired to do it because they saw you do it? For all those people who want to start to have a healthy lifestyle and to lose weight and to change your body, imagine how many more people you will be able to help once you achieve those goals. When you were able to teach others how to do the same thing, think about how many other people's lives will be changed when you start to do it first. For all of the people out there with special gifts and talents that God has given you, imagine if you were to really hone in on that and take it to the next level, to get focused and to start taking that passion and making a career out of it. Imagine how many other people you would inspire to do the same thing. That is how you live a fulfilled life, by going after those big things, those big dreams, those big goals, getting out of your comfort zone. And I know it sounds scary and you may not know how, but the journey is going to be so fulfilling to you, and you're going to appreciate it so much more when you achieve that instead of just going for the thing that you can make happen. You're going to feel so much more fulfilled. I want you to know that you have a choice. You can either be satisfied with a diminished experience, settling for experiences far below your privileges, or you can partake in the abundance that God wants to give each and every one of you. Stop settling and start living honest lives, being truthful with what you want and going after that, having faith to believe that you are going to be able to achieve that. That, my friends, is the secret to living a fulfilled life. All right, guys and gals, that is all I have for you today. But I really hope that this changes your mindset about the things that you're going for, that you really start to, scratch all those 2.0 versions off, throw it in the trash, and go for the big goals. If you enjoy the show today, be sure to leave a review and rate the show. That is how we get more exposure to the show and we're able to spread this message everywhere. Also, we have a new look at adriandion.com. So I want you guys to take a minute, go to the website and check it out. There, we've included a lot more things like the client portal for all of my clients. You're able to you have a password once you opt in to get all the freebies, all the content that I put out for free on the freebies page. You'll get to check out a more in-depth version of who I am, what I'm about, and who I like to help on the About page. So everything is centered there now. And I hope you guys really like it and it's a little bit more user friendly. And to celebrate, I am doing a special 50% discount for anyone who signs up for the Gold Mine program. That's past clients and new clients. So hit me up, schedule a mini session. You get a whole 50% off a 4-week package with me until the month of September. I think that's when it ends. September 8th is when that promotion ends. So I'm really excited about meeting a lot of you. It's a great opportunity for you guys to try out the program. All right, you guys, have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will talk to you later. Bye.